There we go. Hi, it's
Hello.
Sally again, and we're doing some more Magic Mike moments. And today, my special guest is Hetti Ramp. Hi, Hetti. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Sal. Thank you for having me.
So, let me give you a little bit of an intro. Hetti is an expert in menopause mood mastery. By tapping into the essence of their rhythms and changes, she works with women to revolutionise their menopause experience so they can regain control, calm, and clarity and live a richly deserved life of joy and abundance. Wow, that sounds pretty awesome. Do you want to tell me a little bit more about this and how you got into it all, Hetti?
Yeah, sure. Well, I'll start with how I got into it all. And I guess that's a combination of three things. Definitely my own personal experience.
Yeah.
I've had symptoms of menopause for 15 years now, and at times they were pretty challenging.
Mhm.
And so I learned a lot through my own personal journey, I guess. The other thing is I'm a nurse. I'm a registered nurse, and I I love working with people, and I've spent the last 15 years working in health promotion. So in health promotion, you really look at what are the long-term outcomes. Like traditionally, nursing is just looking at one-on-one with people, working one-on-one, and that's extremely satisfying, but you can only help sort of one person at a time.
Yeah.
And health promotion is more about, okay, what can we do to improve long-term health outcomes? And so I thought, okay, I've been nursing for a long time. I was looking to move on, and I was thinking about doing something on my own. And then when I heard about this business model, I decided to just set it up for myself. So that's kind of how it really started, and it's just a passion to work with lots of women. And I've chosen women because I think particularly menopausal women, we get to a stage where we kind of there's a whole we put ourselves in a situation where we're often being pulled in a lot of different directions, and our own self-care kind of gets lower and lower on the list.
Yep.
And I think particularly when you're experiencing menopause, you can be overwhelmed by the signs and symptoms and what you're experiencing, but you don't really make it a priority to really nurture yourself during that time. So I guess that's the main reasons why I got started. But I'm very new. I'm just starting setting it up. So it's all a great new experience for me at the moment.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I mean, I know myself, the whole menopause thing, it comes at a time in my life where I just can't take another thing on. And here we go, my memory's starting to go, and, sleep and steps. And it's like, OMG, another thing on my shoulders. Wow. So,
Yeah.
and 15 years of this, doll. Whoa.
Well, they say, the average age of menopause, if you average it all out, is 51. At 51 years of age, the average, if there's such a thing, and that it lasts for 10 to 15 years. So it is a long time. It is a long time, and the people can experience a whole gamut of symptoms and feelings during that time, but we don't really. Been my experience just talking to women over the last 6 months since I decided to develop this program, that there's a real need for women want to talk about it, but there's not necessarily a forum, a place for them to do that. There are like Facebook sites and or groups, that you can join, but they seem quite very negative, and I think we're doing ourselves a disservice by looking at this, which is a normal part of our womanhood and a form of our femininity and our something we should celebrate as women, but we tend to take quite a negative view on it, and that's that's what I think is the revolution that I really would like to lead, is just making it that change, not only for us but also for younger women coming through.
Yeah.
Because what do you hear? You hear two people talking in the wherever it is about, oh my God, I'm having a hot flash. Oh yeah, aren't they terrible? Blah, 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 blah. And what are we teaching the young women?
Yeah.
Why can't we Well, I can't. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm.
And I think
Really,
that's awesome, because I would get on that bandwagon in a heartbeat, because I've got to say, my friends and myself included, is we see it as a hassle, and if you
yeah.
can turn it around to something that we can embrace, I'd be on board
Yeah.
for sure. Can you just
Yeah.
clarify for me perimenopause and menopause? It's just like, how does it work? Because
Yeah. So, well, perimenopause is the time leading up to your menopause. Technically speaking, is when your periods cease and have actually ceased for 12 months. So, once your periods have not come for 12 months, then you are known to be menopausal. But prior to that is this period of changes starting to happen, which is what they call peri meaning sort of around, so around menopause. So women often in their mid 40s to late 40s usually will start to experience changes that are associated with their ovaries ceasing to function, and therefore their estrogen levels dropping. And when the estrogen's the main hormone, that when estrogen levels drop, that's when a lot of the symptoms start appearing. But there's also progesterone and testosterone. The three of them undergo like we get less of those hormones during that time, and so really all the symptoms we get are we can blame on the fact that our hormones are not there in as much abundance anymore. But that's just part of being a woman, and we can complain about it all we want, but it's going to happen. But having said that, there's a lot that we can do, and that's what I'm really passionate about, is what can we actually do to make this journey a lot more pleasurable, that we feel a lot more in control, and that we can actually, as I said, move forward and look forward to life rather than think, this is the end of the world, no more children and this and that, I feel lousy, and my husband hates me. So, I can't stand these moods. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look, I would definitely sign up for that. Anything that can turn something that is like a hassle to me into something that I could enjoy. OMG, I'm there. I could talk about. So then the menopause part can last for a long time then. That's what you were saying before. So,
average of 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, so combining it all up, really, we really do have to get our heads in a better space about it, because it's a long time that it's with us.
Well, that's exactly right. And everybody's journey is different. And some people, 15% of, if you take hot flushes, for example, 15% of women don't experience any hot flushes at all.
Yeah.
And, but the other 85%, 60% experience hot flushes, and an extra 25% experience severe hot flushes that really impact on their life. So and that's just hot flushes, and of course there's all sorts of other aspects of it as well, like dryness of skin, which is internal and external, and mood swings, and night sweats, and osteoporosis, and there's a whole lot of other things that are definitely come in conjunction with lack of hormones.
Wow. Now, look, working with these women going through menopause, what do you think is the biggest issue relating to them, or the biggest challenge that they come across?
Yeah, I think for me the biggest issue is that they can be in control. I think the biggest thing they need to know is that they can wrest back control. Being out of lack of control is one of the most demoralizing positions to be in. And if you have a sense of, I have some control over what's happening to me, then you feel a lot better about your life going forward. So I think the first thing is understanding they do have some control over what's happening, definitely, or they can have, and to just switch around this negative attitude, that rather than it's something to be endured, it can be something that we embrace. Don't mean we have to paint some really rosy picture and pretend, look at yourself in the mirror every morning and say, I love my menopause, but we can embrace it as being part, as I said before, part of our part of our femininity, part of our womanhood, part of the journey as being a woman, and celebrate that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It's giving me goosebumps. I love it. That. So, in your opinion, what would be 3 top tips you could help these women with these first issues? You know.
Yeah, that's a really good question, and I thank you for asking it because it really helped me to clarify in my own mind. I think the first thing is that women must take responsibility for accepting that their health and well-being comes first.
Yep.
I think many of us, we have reasons why we haven't made our own health and well-being a priority, and that could be a combination of children, and usually is children, work, partner, and household. And so my thinking is the very first thing is women have to say, okay, this is now time when I have to put time aside for my own well-being, as in I come number one. So before anything else, when you're planning out your year, your month, your day, what am I going to do for myself?
Yeah. So prioritize yourself as number one. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's the number one priority. Make yourself responsible for yourself. Because anyway, without going into that, the next step is for women to improve their awareness, their awareness of their own bodies, their minds, and their emotions. So women, we're emotional creatures, far more so than men are. But we sometimes don't realize where that's coming, particularly during menopause. Some emotions will suddenly rush to us much more than they used to, for example. And until we start to recognize what these emotions are and where they're actually coming from, which is what is our mind thinking? Like if we go, let's say we go shopping and we've forgotten what we want, what was on the list, and we then berate ourselves. I can't remember what, this is ridiculous. Why can't so we've got to stop that kind of self-talk. And the only way we can do that is by recognizing it in the first place. So awareness, body, mind. What are we thinking? What's happening physically in our bodies? And what effect that then has on our emotions. So that's the second thing. And then the third thing is dedicating daily practice.
Oh, absolutely.
Because there's a lot of information, there's a lot of really good work that can be done, but only we can do it. So I'm looking for women who have kind of come to this point where, yes, I need to take control back. It's up to me. And it's like, I'm trying to think of anything, well, the first thing that comes to mind, just because it's a personal experience, many, many years ago, I learned how to, back in the day when windsurfers were the thing. And but you could apply it to any new thing that you learn. And when you learn how to sail a windsurfer, you step on the board, you pull the sail up, and then you fall over the other side. And then you get back up on the board, you pull sail, and you fall over on the other side. And you just have to do that 100 times, and then suddenly one day you pulled it up and you're there. But we've got to put the effort into it, and we have to do it. It's about chunking down some time, which we all have. We all have 24 hours in a day. Chunking down some time, and it doesn't have to be a lot of time.
And prioritizing it is something that you need to do every day. It's funny because I just had some clients out the back of my gym, and I've got this BOSU. I don't know, have you ever seen a BOSU? It's a semicircular like a ball cut in half, and there's a flat side and there's a
Oh, yes, I know exactly what you mean.
really good for your core, and it's probably the number one most frustrating piece of equipment I have in the gym for most of my clients. But by the end, they love it. But it's just sticking at it each time, getting up there. They might start with a stick, one leg on, two legs on, and eventually they're there. But it's and when they get there, they love it. But it's that frustration sometimes of trying something new and then getting frustrated with yourself because you can't quite master it straight up. And
yes,
I find particularly with women, they get quite frustrated because they just want it to be done straight away, and sometimes you just have
yes, and we think we don't have time. Well, we don't. We either do have time. My husband has this great saying. Well, I hate it. It drives me mad, but he's totally right. We always make time for the things we want to do.
correct.
So if we really want to make time to build our core, we know we have to stand on the boso and practice our. By the way, that's a great example, because I'm sure your clients come to realize that they can't be thinking about, what they're supposed to, what they should have done yesterday or what they need to do tomorrow. They have to be totally focused, mind, breath, body,
exactly,
on that balance. And that's a perfect analogy for what I'm talking about. Total focus on yourself.
I love it. I just love everything that we've been talking about, and this control back. Every time you mention it, it gives me goosebumps. It's just like it's just so important.
It's very exciting. It's really exciting for me because it's a way that I feel that I can reach out to many women, and really they're the ones doing the work. They have to be.
Yeah.
But the program is such that they're learning and practicing and working with each other to develop their own willpower, their own confidence, their own belief. Their own belief, really. And that then can be applied to other areas of their life, which is, what I said in my little bio. It's about people being able to move on. Okay, we're applying this to menopause and how we can manage our moods and the other symptoms of menopause. But really, it's we've got possibly another half of our lives yet to live.
That's blown me.
So let's go into that with
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, look, Hetti, this has just been awesome. So sort of summarising it all up, at the end of the day, what do you think you're most passionate about? You touched on it before, but just really where your heart lies with it all.
My heart lies with it all is seeing women be happy and joyful and really, experiencing happiness in themselves, and therefore being able to be wonderful role models and also givers of happiness to the people around them. That's my passion.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, just share the love.
I love it.
Share the joy. Yeah.
Well, Hetti, thank you so much for spending time today to chat with us. Now, if anyone wants to find out some more information about what you're into or get in contact with you, where can I send them to?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook and it's just Hetti Ramp, Hetti, and my surname is Ramp.
Yep.
Or my email address is hettiramp, all one word, @gmail.com.
Yeah, fantastic. Brilliant. Well, Hetti, thank you once again so much for spending the time chatting with us, and hope you have a great Christmas and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. And we'll chat again.
The same to you, Sal. Thank you, and thank you for the opportunity. Thank you very, very much. It's been a real pleasure. It's lovely. Thank you.
Changed my mind about menopause now. I'm going to.
Great.
All right. Thanks again, darling. We'll catch you later.
Okay. See you, Sal. Thank you.